Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of my team on F1 2021 here on YouTube. This first video is going to be going live on the main channel and the second channel, but all future F1 2021 content will be going live on the Chesnoid Plays second channel, as well as obviously streamed in its entirety in full over on the Twitch channel. Links to both in the description down below, especially if you're on the main channel. If you're not and watching this on the second channel, then you're already here. Make sure you're subscribed. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. We'll have a first short little episode here as we set up the My Team and show you the rigmarole you go through getting your team set up and starting and setting yourself up for hopefully what will be a fantastically successful career. We loved My Team last year. We had some very iconic moments here on stream, and we're hoping for more of the same. I'm not going to dilly-dally. We're going to dive straight in. We've gone to the solo and play single-player career. Obviously, you can start as a real-life driver if you wish, but My Team, for those of you that aren't aware, is a create a team mode, basically, where you race alongside the other 10 fully licensed sides, I was going to say. Obviously, I have a FIFA background. The 10 fully licensed teams, you add an 11th team to the grid. You are in addition to, rather than in racing instead of. You can customize your season if you would like to, and do shorter seasons. As you see there on the right-hand side, it says more tracks coming soon. There is Jeddah, there is Imola, and there is Portimao, all coming as post-launch updates later in the year. They won't be in the game at launch, but they are coming later in the year, which is great. Can't wait to race at Imola again. That's going to be fantastic. Jeddah is a brand new circuit in real life as well, and in the game, I've never raced at Portimao, and F1's only recently gone to Portimao, and it looks like a great circuit. Right, full season, please. Customize my settings. Right, assist-wise, this is what I run. Custom. Steering assist off, brake assist off, ABS on, traction control medium. My dynamic racing line is set to 2D and corners only. Automatic gearbox for me personally, and then pit assist, pit release, ERS and DRS all set to off. That's how I set up my game. The weekend structure: full practice, full qualifying, full session length for everything. I want 100% race distance, please. That's how we do things here on the channel. Career settings: meet the press on, facility management on, R&D management on. You can obviously customize it to be as in-depth or as simplified as you wish, which is great. If you found My Team last year a bit overwhelming, you can simplify it this year and you'll be able to add your own team in without getting overwhelmed with all of the different off-track action. Right, rules and flags, obviously everything is on. Corner cutting stringency, regular park firme is on, safety car. Now you have the opportunity this year to set safety car to increased, meaning that there is a higher likelihood of the VSC and the full safety car to come out. Now at present I'm going to leave that on standard, but I may adjust that throughout the course of the season and future content depending on feedback from you guys in the comments, feedback from people in chat, and of course feedback from myself. If I feel like there should be more safety cars or less safety cars, etc., you can set it to reduced or off. But we'll leave it on standard, and we'll leave formation lap on, although I don't tend to go around on my formation lap, but we'll turn it on for realism settings. Then simulation wise, so you can customize your difficulty so precisely on F1 for a few years now. I set my AI difficulty to 100. That's where I set it with my controller. When I'm on the wheel, I'm slightly lower, and we will be using the wheel this year. I'm currently racing on controller. Basically, if you see me with the green screen like this, then I'm on controller. If I'm on the wheel, you'll see a full face cam box. So I leave it on AI difficulty 100. Surface type is new this year, simplified or realistic. I'm gonna go for the realistic. I need my flashbacks because I'm not that good. I'm gonna leave damage on standard for now, but again, based on feedback, I will either leave it as is or up it to simulation, where obviously any tiny little bit of contact and you're going to get some damage. Car damage rate, I'm going to up to simulation. This means how quickly your car will suffer damage as a result of collisions. Actually, I'll leave that on standard and again gauge your feedback. Low fuel mode. This is new this year. Low fuel mode allows you to specify how drastically the car's top speed will be limited when the car is in low fuel mode. On easy, the car's top speed will be slightly reduced when low on fuel. On hard, the car's top speed will be significantly reduced when low on fuel. Now, my instinct is to go for hard there, because that would be more realistic, wouldn't it? Race starts will have as manual, and collisions are, of course, most certainly on. We are set up. We are ready to go. Let's confirm the settings and begin our My Team story. Now, this year, there are icons in My Team. David Coulthard, Jenson Button, Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Felipe Massa, Nico Rosberg, and Alain Prost. Personally, I will not be having them in my save, but that's purely a personal choice. I prefer to have it be as realistic as possible, so I will not be using the icons in this specific My Team save. You guys absolutely can in yours, and if the feedback is that you guys would like me to use My Team, then maybe we'll use them in My Team, then maybe we'll do another My Team save later in the year, an icon-specific one. But for now, I'm not going to have icons in my Team. That's just my personal choice. Right, I believe it's time to start the career with the selected options, don't you? Let's go and create Chesnoid Racing. Your heart will grow, Jean. Right, start career with selected options. My Team, do you want the challenge of entering into F1 as a new team? In My Team, you'll start from scratch as the 11th team on the grid, building up your team in order to create a lasting legacy. Being both owner and the driver will have its own unique set of challenges. You'll have to perform both on the track and behind the scenes as well.
Here you'll experience the world of Formula One, not only as a driver, but as the owner of a brand new F1 team. First things first, let's create your driver.
Time to create Chesnoid. Now, I've already edited an avatar a little bit, so this is what my guy looks like. I am British. I could go all out and put English, because I'm English, but I'm not that fussed about setting it to English. Obviously, all of the other British drivers will be listed as British, so I will list myself as British as well to match everything else. So, my name is, if you weren't aware, Chris.
Wood.
That's me! Wood! Driver number. Now, in real life, the drivers used to be selected or given their number based on where their team finished in the constructors' standings the previous year. So the world champion would always get number 1, but if your team finished first in the constructors, you'd have 1 and 2. Ordinarily, the team that wins the drivers tends to win the constructors as well. Then obviously if you finish second, you get 3 and 4, 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8, etc, etc. In recent years, drivers have been allowed to select their own number for their car. Obviously Lewis Hamilton is 44, etc, etc. I'm going to go with 28, as that's the day that I was born on. It's my go-to favourite number, and it's the one that I've always selected. So, ChesnoidGaming, down as Chris Wood, British driver, Woo, 28, and Wood is my name. Wood is my commentary name for Crofty. So, helmet. I'm actually going to go with one of the premium podium pass liveries. I'm going to go with that helmet. Race suit wise, I'm going to match it because I want to use that livery on the car. So we're going to be fully. I didn't do this like last year. I selected a brand new one. Last year I selected or created my own. I'm going to do that. Last year I selected my own livery, but I'm not going to do that this year. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with the celebration podium. We're not going to be on the podium, are we? First season, let's be honest. But something new this year, when you cross the line and you win, you get a victory radio call. You can listen to them here. That was on fire.
That was on fire!
Then there's Woo. Yeehaw! And
Thank you. I need a moment.
now I'm going to go with Thank You, I Need a Moment, purely because when we cross the line for our first ever victory, it is going to be an emotional moment. I will change that once I've won my first race. So I'm going to be, thank you, I need a moment. I need a moment. And then once we've won our first race, I'm probably going to go from there on out. There are some locked items as well with regards start turning assists off.
Oh, alright. I think maybe I can start turning some of these assists off.
And then that's a wrap, folks.
That's a wrap, folks.
But we're going to go with that first. Thank you. I need a moment. My guy is
Now
created.
let's set up some of the key details of your new team.
So then, setting up the details of my team
Start
in
with the new
particular.
one. What name would you like to give the team?
Now, last year we raced as Chesnoid Racing. This year we'll be racing under the same name and banner. Chesroid. Helps if you can type your own bloody name in, doesn't it? Chesnoid Racing will be our race team name. Or so I might put Chesnoid Racing F1 actually. Chesnoid Racing F1. As if to kind of
Now,
give the
some kind of
impression
income
that
stream.
maybe we race in other categories
We
as
need to
well.
sign a primary sponsor.
So we can sign a primary
Our
sponsor.
primary sponsor will pay a signing bonus to the team up front. This is vital to cover the early investments we need to make. They will also provide valuable weekly income for us. Each sponsor has a goal they want the team to achieve. If we hit that goal, the sponsor will pay us an additional goal bonus.
That is pretty self-explanatory. We need the signing bonus to be able to afford to pay for the engine we want to put in the back of the car and buy a driver, fund a driver to be my second man in the team. I need a teammate. So you can see the goal bonuses here as well. Now, I don't know as earning 15 Constructors' Championship points in the first season is actually going to be achievable. As a team, achieve 2 points finishes throughout the course of a season is Echoes. RGB has finished 10th or better in the Constructors' Championship. Now, I feel confident enough to be able to finish 10th or more in the Constructors' Championship this year. I think we will get at least some points. And I think teams like Haas and Williams might not, particularly Haas. So, I'm going to go with RGB as my primary sponsor for Season
Now
1.
we've got a budget to work with. Our car won't be going anywhere fast without a power unit. So let's sign a power unit supplier now.
That's the thing. I have the opportunity now
We
to
need both
select
performance and durability
which
from our power unit. But
power
we also
unit I
need to
want.
balance the books. We're going to have a lot of other areas to invest our cash into.
So last year, I started with a Renault engine. Last year. You can see they all have a rating for performance and durability. And obviously, they all have a varying different cost. Ferrari's is very, very durable, but the performance isn't as good as the Honda or the Mercedes. The Mercedes is the best performance, but the durability is actually the worst in the Mercedes. I'm going to go... we did Renault last year. I'm not going to go with the Renault power unit. Chat is screaming Honda at me. So, we will go with a Honda power unit for this year. They are pulling out of the sport as of the end of this season in real life as well. So, it may well be my last opportunity to use a Honda engine. So, we will go
We
with
almost have
Honda.
all the key partners for our team now, but we still need a teammate for you.
Now, I need a
These
teammate.
are the drivers available to be your first teammate. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, so consider everything when deciding who to hire. Drivers earn acclaim based on their performances. When a driver earns enough acclaim, they will level up. The higher a driver's level, the more acclaim they will earn for their current team. And remember, the faster the team levels up, the faster our income will increase. The higher a driver's experience, the more resource points are earned to spend on vehicle upgrades. Racecraft is the driver's skill to effectively complete overtakes when opportunities arise. Awareness shows the driver's ability to avoid errors and incidents. Pace describes the driver's ability to set competitive lap times. Focus represents the driver's current form and state of mind. Rating is a summary of the driver's overall skill level.
So Focus is new this year. Focus is a new stat for this year. Now, I only have a handful of options here. Obviously, to begin with, you get drivers that are in F2. But obviously, moving forward, we'll have the opportunity to hire real-life F1 drivers as opposed to the real-life F2 drivers. My options here are, now I don't know if these will change depending on each new save you start or if these are a set options. I believe last year there were differences in the initial set of options you were given. We have Roy Nassani, Artem Markelov, Pedro Piquet, Marcus Armstrong, Felipe Drogovic, Jack Aitken, and Callum Eilert, as well as Nobuharu Matsushita. You can see Matsushita is the most expensive with his contract cost and has the highest rating as well. Now, I used Jack Aitken last year, but I think this year, Callum Eilert found himself very unlucky not to be in a team this year. 33 experience is quite low, but his overall rating is high. His focus is very high. His pace is good. His awareness is not as good, but crucially, you can see his racecraft is decent. And having good racecraft is going to be important. It's Callum Eilert coming to F1.
Unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy.
I am delighted, very happy. Welcome to Formula One, Callum Eilert. Welcome to Chesnoid Racing.
Will be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the cars we signed them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
So the livery, I could create my own. We have, lads, found our livery. Now I can add personal stickers to it. First you have to finish Michael Schumacher. Just an audio thing, or engineered insanity. I quite like that, actually. Rather than the quote from Schumi, there are some locked ones as well, which is a rainbow one, and keep calm and no heroics into Sandovat, which is a Monaco-themed one. I quite like that one. It's just clean. I'm going to go with the middle one for a personal sticker. And as of yet, we don't have any other sponsor decals to add to the car. So, that is how our car will look moving forward. Purple, yellow, and black is our theme.
Last but not least, we need to consider our brand, our badge, and team colors.
I think I prefer the black and yellow. I think I prefer the black and yellow.
Great, that's everything we need. You can go back and edit anything we've done so far, and we'll come back here at the start of each season. But if you're ready to go, hit advance to head to Team HQ, and we can start our push to the top of Formula One.
I can alter the colour of the sponsors, and I will do so. I will do so once we have the opportunity to do so. But I believe we are ready. Meet the press. The fine art of diplomacy. Keep the press on side. The direction of the team and media coaching are all important. Here we go. Oh, hello. We've only gone and got ourselves a team helicopter. Shout out Swans. This is Team HQ, lads. This is Team HQ.
Hello, folks.
Hey, Will.
Welcome to this, a very special edition of Paddock Pass.
How's that?
As you can see, there's no pit lane behind me, and as you can hear, no roar of engine. Because they've set me free.
There goes roar of an
F1
engine.
Paddock to escape here to the countryside and to the headquarters of Formula One's newest team. Now, it's not every day we get to pull back the curtain and look behind the scenes at an F1 team. Rarer still that we get to talk not only to the team owner, but also the team's lead driver. But what makes this place extra special is that the owner and lead driver are one and the same person. Now, it's been an interesting 12 months, and we all know a number of the regulation changes which were due to come into effect this year have been delayed until next. Some, though, are still seeing the light of day, amongst them the all-important budget cap, which gives some of the smaller teams a little further down the order, potentially, the opportunity to compete with the bigger teams. Good for them, but great for us as viewers. But what does our new team owner think about these new rules? Do they see them as a challenge, a hurdle that needs to be overcome? Perhaps they see them as an opportunity to disrupt the status quo, a chance to come out swinging and to carve their name into Formula One history. Well, I had the opportunity to ask them these very questions.
There's my car under there.
Today, and here's what they had to say.
That was sick. Will Buxton is
Well, first
so
of all,
good.
Thanks so much for inviting us here today. It's been wonderful to see behind the scenes. As you might expect, I've got about 1 million questions, so let's jump straight in. It's been a long time since we last saw a team owner take their own car onto the track.
We did
and
it
the
last
sport's
year, Will.
changed enormously in the intervening years. How are you going to handle the responsibilities of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
I've got 3 options here. Thank you, Impact Pros, for the subscription, mate. I won't lie, it's been a lot of work and there's even more to come, but I wouldn't have taken on the task if I didn't believe in myself and the team. Nothing easy is worth doing. I live for challenges like this. This isn't about me, this is about my team, and I'm behind them 100%. That's the one I'm going to go for. Together, we are unstoppable. When I can, I'll add subtitles to the, if it's possible, I'll add subtitles to the cutscenes so you guys can see what's being said. Yes, this will go on the second channel, Potato. Yeah, the team shirt is a bit of a shocker, isn't it?
Let's talk about your teammate. Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with you, but tell me, what is it that you think they bring to the team?
Callum Oylott is a quick driver. Their skill set really suits our team. It was finding the right fit for our team. They understand that we're new and appreciate the opportunity we're providing. It was tough to get any drivers to sign on to a new team. Now, we have plenty of options. We've seen what they can do on paper, and I see a lot of potential in them. Callum Oylott is a very good driver, so he does have a lot of potential.
So you've obviously been putting a lot of work into the car. I know it's early days, but how do you expect it to feel out there?
Hopefully balanced. That's all you can really ask for. Sim data looks good, but we won't know we won't know until we get out on the track. We've focused heavily on maximising traction out of corners, making the car as responsive as possible is one of the main goals. This is going to give us the edge going into the corners, and the chassis balance is incredible. Now, I'm going to say the chassis balance is incredible. That's what I want, a balanced chassis, so that there's a lack of understeer and oversteer, and that you can have trust in the car when you throw it into a corner.
Most of the other teams can boast years of experience in Formula One. Where do you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains you need to put you within reach of the other cars?
It's going to be tough, but we'll have a better picture after the first race. It's the first one that's caught my eye. I'm not even going to look at the others because that is basically where we are. We don't know. We will find out. We will find out after we've had the first race.
Ultimately, your success this season is going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers. What is it about your car that's going to give you that edge in those battles?
Now, again, the response here is going to affect the morale of one of our departments. F1 isn't just a race; it's a whole season. Rigorous stress testing. I'm not bothered about durability. We've developed an incredibly light car. This helps with both top speed and through the corners. Weight reduction is going to be very important. So I think I might go with that one, to be honest. I'm going to go with that one. And again, it's the chassis department that noticed that.
With so many specialist departments working together here at your headquarters, and with such an important deadline coming up, who's getting that coveted Teacher's Gold Star? Which group do you feel the most proud of right now?
I've already put a lot of attention into the chassis with my responses. I'm going to say aerodynamics. Having a balanced car that handles well and has good aero is very important. So I'm going to go with aerodynamics as the answer here.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful to get an insight from you and, of course, to see around the headquarters. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it. And thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll see you very soon.
Will Buxton is such a good presenter. Like, a lot of times you see people put into games and they feel wooden and the character doesn't kind of feel realistic. That Will Buxton is exactly the same presentation style as Will Buxton in real life. He's so good at just being natural on camera. Such a fantastic presenter. So then, this is where we are. Our main menu. We have £800,000 remaining, 1,000 resource points that we can spend.
It's important to use the time between races to the fullest extent. And that's where these activities come in. Manage everyone's time as efficiently as possible to maximize the team's performance.
Which we will, of course, try and do. So we'll have the opportunity to stay up to date with everything that's going on. As you can see, we won't spend too much time on emails, but as we progress through, we have the opportunity to improve the
This is where you can view our current facilities
facilities
and the effect they are having on the
and
business. You can
our
also invest
R&D.
some of our cash into upgrades for these facilities.
So, at present, it's going to cost $25,000 and 75 points, 75 resource points to improve our aerodynamics, which is already spec 1. Chassis, personnel, marketing, durability, and spec. You can see at the bottom, I have weekly resource points of 150 and weekly running cost of £55,000. So I'm not going to do anything with my facilities at the moment. I'm literally just going to try and improve my second driver, which is a great idea for the team. Pre-season advertisement campaign, not really that bothered about that. Pre-season driver press tour. I'm going to do the driver training camp. I'm going to make sure that we're both decent on track if we can, and we get an extra 250 resource points for it too. Once we've done that, we can go to the car reveal, and then here we have the opportunity to concentrate. No, I'm going to try not to affect the morale of my departments too much. I'm going to try and keep them all on a balanced, even keel. So I think I'm going to go for driver or team acclaim. I'm going to go for team acclaim, I think. I'm going to go for team acclaim with a pre-season ad campaign. That's what we'll do in there. So facilities, we're sat here like this right now. You can see our weekly resource points available, 150, and weekly running costs of £55,000. I am going to upgrade the chassis if I can, or I will upgrade the chassis if I can, but you can see that I can't afford anything right now. So where it says resource points at the bottom and weekly running costs, resource points, that's how much I earn from that department, not how much it costs me. So we're going to need a significant amount of money before we can afford to buy anything to upgrade our facilities. With regards to the components in the car, everything's fine. With regards to corporate, we can't add any sponsors yet, and standings obviously are as you would expect them to be. So then, time to advance towards the car reveal and then our first Grand Prix. It's car reveal day. Are you ready? Let's show the world what Chesnoid Racing is going to look like this year. That's what Chesnoid Racing is going to look like this year. Hopefully, we'll be quick too. We're going to concentrate on just getting towards the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're earning ourselves some extra resource points and some extra cash. Spending some cash as well. But you can see now, top right, we have 1.17 million available in our bank balance and 1,500 resource points. So we can start putting some stuff into the car. Now already look, you can see on the right hand side in the vehicle performance comparison, we are actually already not the worst car on the grid. We're actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are 8th fastest car. So we may well find ourselves in a position where we can compete for points right from the off. We're already quicker than Alfa Romeo, Haas and Williams, which is fantastic. There is no R&D progress yet, although some have improved from pre-season to the first Grand Prix weekend. Now I'm going to put some resource points into Miran. Now this is entirely new this year. The whole R&D aspect looks completely different. So you can see that it's not the tree as it used to be. It looks entirely different. I'm going to concentrate on my aero. I've got rear downforce and front downforce. The chassis is already on its way to being complete. You can see we've got 2 completed ones there. There's currently an unknown one here as we don't have a spec 1 yet because we haven't bought anything in the chassis area. We do have a spec 1 aero department, I believe, but we have to unlock the right things first. So I'm going to unlock my front wing main flap. That's going to take 16 days. And I'm also going to do my rear wing outer strakes as well. Oh, sorry, rear wing main plane to try and get that up as well. I do have some resource points left, 525. You see that the engine will be upgraded by Honda as we go through the season as well, which is good. So we don't have to concentrate too much on the powertrain. Durability isn't going to be an issue. We're going to be towards the back of the grid anyway, so I can kind of negate that a little bit and concentrate on just making sure the fundamentals of the car are very good, which is what we're going to do. So I'm going to save my resource points from now. And for the next video, it will be time to go to the race weekend. But for this video on YouTube, that's going to be all for this episode on stream. We're going to keep going, don't worry, we will do the Bahrain Grand Prix. So if you enjoyed this welcome into my team, drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the Chesnoid Plays channel, whether you're watching this on Chesnoid Plays or ChesnoidGaming. Regardless, go to the second channel, Chesnoid Plays, subscribe there, drop this video a like, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode, which will be solely, exclusively on the Chesnoid Plays channel for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Alternatively, feel free to follow me on Twitch, link in the description down below, where you can watch all of these streams live and in their entirety. Thank you very much for watching this opening episode. I'm very excited about this F1 2021 My Team career. Hopefully you guys are as well, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. I'll see you next time.